Hey everybody, Kicking It Retro here today, and welcome to our newest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. If you guys do not remember the team from the last battle, I'll leave a link down below where you can click on that and check out the team once again. My opponent is packing a pretty scary team, Luca here. He's got some fast threats like Gengar and Jolteon, and what I assume to be a Scarfed Crocodile. Arcanine is always dangerous, especially with Terra-type. Excalibur is completely dangerous, and so is Talonflame. Flame Body is a thing to slow down those physical threats, so we got to be careful with that as well. He could have Will-O-Wisp, and I also see some Tailwind, Choice Scarf, Moxie things going on with Crocodile, and it is absolutely mortifying. Let's go ahead and jump right into this and see how it went down. As always, if you're enjoying the music that we're kicking in today's show, drop a comment down below and let me know. It's good to see you guys again, Pokemon fans. I know I haven't been recording Pokemon, but before we get this battle started, I gotta give an extra special thanks to Angel of the Night 091. This is the first battle back in the capture card quality. Thank you. I've got a Switch stock, and that's really good news for things progressing, because that means that thing that you haven't seen yet, the third week of it will actually be on capture board. And so will the next part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Angel. But you guys didn't come see that. You guys came to see Avalugg go around the mountain. And let me tell you, today that's exactly what he does. Body press, we're going to hit this oncoming, what I assume to be Excalibur to stay in. He makes a really smart play going into the Talonflame, proccing the possible Flame Body off the body press. But I'm fine with that. I'm thinking, okay, you know what, Talonflame, he might burn me, he might just set up Tailwind, and that's exactly what happens. And let me tell you something, Mountain Gale does not play around. That brings him into revengeable range with Sucker Punch Bisharp, and that is just amazing. I love it. So, what I'm thinking here is if he goes for U-turn, he does have that Tailwind proc, so he can U-turn and get the switch initiative to go into another threat that he goes into. And he just goes for a solid Flame Charge. It's that speed bonus. I was thinking, you know, I should wear pants. But really what I should do is set up the Trick Room, because let me tell you something, and it's so funny, you're like, Retro, I thought you said you're bad with Trick Room themes. I am bad with Trick Room themes. I just understand how to use them now more so than I ever did. I'm going to go ahead and set up the Trick Room. Now, I could do two things here. I could set up Chilly Reception and go hard out to Avalugg, which would be a brilliant idea, but it's not quite the one I go with. I actually am trying to figure out what he might want to go for here. And I was like, okay, Crunch. All right, so let's go into him too. Him too can take this pretty well. Yeah, let me show you how well this takes this. And this does not elude me into what type of Crocodile this is. But he's gonna go an Terra type into the Dark type, and that is just. I'm thinking it's gonna be okay, and I'm like, I can take this. I can take this, Crunch, right? Come on, him too. You are number 2. You are the second. Wow, that does an absolute ton. Now, the Tailwind is going to peter out, and this is what tells me that it's Choice Scarf. Guys, Enamorus is a fast Pokemon, so it is Choice Scarf, Moxie, Crocodile. I found out right here, as it does indeed outspeed me and take me out with that Terrastalized Crunch. Now, he's going to get that Moxie boost, and I'm thinking, okay, I can't go out to Slowking or Crest. Both of them do not appreciate a boosted Crunch in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So, my thought process is, of course, to go out into Avalugg. Boosted things like that with Moxie, we go out into our most defensive Pokemon to take it. Now, I could go for Body Press, but I don't get Stab on the Body Press. And it's okay. It's going to be fine. Simply because I believe I did get Trick Room up, so I'm not too worried about it. And even so, it's going to do a ton of damage. So, in comes Verglass once again around the mountain. Again, the second Mountain Gale of this battle, bringing this to a revengeable range as well. But we get the flinch with the Trick Room proc and then the Body Press. Verglass is putting in the finest of work in this match today, and that is why he is coming around the mountain. I mean, I don't know, just a funny old nursery rhyme type of a cliche connection, but it is what it is. So he's going to go back out into Fleet with 1E, which I noticed that the first time. Go for the Rapid Spin there. And what's going to happen here is I'm going for the Rapid Spin kill. I think he's going to just set up Tailwind or go for some attack. He does set up the Tailwind again. That's completely okay. And we just get the stylish Rapid Spin kill and take the Talonflame down. And that is the amount of work that I can say that Hisu and Avalugg has put in today. And that's completely okay. It's done plenty for me. It's taken down the Talonflame, and it's taken down a very, very scary boosted Moxie Crocodile with Choice Scarf. So luckily that is out of the way. I am completely okay with letting Avalugg get burned. And he goes out into a Gengar. So I do have Bisharp in the back, depending on what he wants to go for. The special defense of Avalugg is non-existent whatsoever. And I'm thinking he might just want to go into Shadow Ball, predicting me to predict like Sludge Bomb and to go into one of my 2 Psychics or something like that, because I'm sure he doesn't want me to get the Trick Room back up, because it's going to put him in a very disadvantageous situation. He does indeed go directly for the Shadow Ball, and Ursaluna does not care about that one bit. Speaking of which, Ursaluna in Trick Room is absolutely stupidly good. This Pokemon is so fantastic. This Sludge Bomb does absolutely nothing. I go for the Drain Punch here, predicting to go into something predicting my Crunch, so that I could go ahead and knock it out. I don't think Crunch from even a burned range or before burned range would be able to take out what I was aiming for, but the Crunch does that. Of course, the Focus Sash is there. The crit definitely didn't matter, especially since I'm burned in Guts. Tailwind is going to peter out, and that doesn't matter whatsoever. I decide to go into Bisharp, predicting another Sludge Bomb here. Go back into Shrikarta, and if you guys remember, Shrikarta put in the finest of work in our last battle. He goes for the very nasty Destiny Bond, and I'm thinking, okay, so it's a mind game with this guy. And he goes for Will-O-Wisp. I don't know what kind of Gengar this is, but I was going to go for Swords Dance. I'm trying to work around the Sucker Punch, and I get burned for, you mess with fire, you get burned. I don't know how else to put that, guys. So, that's fine. I'm thinking, okay, Cress will not appreciate a Shadow Ball, but here's the thing. I got a plan, and that plan encompasses Lunar Dance and Trick Room. You guys already know what's about to happen. The bare necessities are about to bare their self, as Ursaluna is about to bare its fangs after this Lunar Dance setup after Trick Room. All I have to do is live a Shadow Ball. Guys, this is a Cresselia. I'm sure you guys remember how bulky this thing is. Let's see how good a Shadow Ball does to this Cresselia. Yeah, not even half. Yeah, the special defense drop is whatever, but Marionette gets up that fine Trick Room. I do not have a Psychic coverage move. This is more geared toward when Landorus Therian first came out of Pokemon Home, because it was able to take U-turns with Bold Defense and then take out things with Ice Beam. And then it has dual screens with Trick Room and Lunar Dance. So, now what's going to happen here? The leftovers are going to happen. And I'm completely okay with this. Lunar Dance is my play as he goes out into a Jolteon. Now, Jolteon would be a very, very terrifying threat. It could Calm Mind up and Shadow Ball Slowking down and Cresselia, and then Thunderbolt away Avalugg, and it could be a really big problem and turn this entire game around, except I'm not worried about how fast Jolteon is, because the Trick Room is up. So we're going to go ahead and wish upon the moon, and bring out our biggest threat that we have, as he sets up a Calm Mind. And that is okay, because let me show you how much Ursaluna doesn't care. Guys, it doesn't even matter if Ursaluna isn't burned. This thing is bulky, it's powerful, it got woken up for hibernation, and it is angry. And I know you guys are SpongeBob fans, and you know what happened when Sandy Cheeks got angered in hibernation. Well, let me tell you, Ursaluna's a lot worse when it gets woken up. Mama Bear is not impressed. So normalized terrestrialization we go. And it is so nice to outspeed fast threats like Jolteon with Trick Room. Facade takes it down. Doesn't even matter if we're burned or not. The massive attack is obvious as we now get burned. And now Ursaluna has a green light to fully clean up. This is going to be fantastic. The only other thing that could possibly happen here, I think Excalibur is the last Pokemon, but that Jolteon was very, very scary and could have wiped out the rest of our remaining team members before the Ursaluna. So it is a lot closer game than it looks. I hope you guys have enjoyed the game. Again, I feel like, Angel, you deserve another thank you. I've got a really cool thing. Hopefully you guys saw that logo that I posted in the Discord and also in the YouTube community post. That's there for a reason, and you'll have to find out soon enough what that is. Huge news. The non-disclosure agreement has been signed, so we are underway on the project. So that is awesome. I have to make a new build of Android, a new Android build for Monsters Mania, because I kind of broke it. And let's see. So, big things, guys. So, number one, the CEO of my company actually came down and complimented me. I don't know if you guys know what it feels like to be complimented by the CEO, but it feels pretty freaking good, let me tell you. And then, Angel texted me and said, I got you something. It'll be there tomorrow. And he bought me a dock for my capture board. And then he called me at what was 1 o'clock in the morning for him last night to get it set up for me. So I knew I had to get a game up today in some kind of form, some kind of recording. Going forward, on Monday, I'm starting a new Let's Play on the channel. It's going to introduce a new genre, kind of similar to the whole Tales of Candleforth deal in the mystery genre, things that I don't really post. But I want to go ahead and get that started because it'll help out a lot when I want to post some other things. Thank you guys so much for the love of the retros and indies. It has been a pleasure. I did miss Steamfest because of work, but let me tell you, man, it's been great. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, power on, power off.